Okay, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there. I'm Teacher Oakley. Sorry for the little bit of a late start. I setting up my Hangout here. I turns out I timed out on Verbling, so I wasn't actually in Verbling. I was in a Hangout by myself. But I'm here now, and I'm going to talk to you guys about grammar, and in particular, the simple present verb tense. We're going to look at the forms, and we'll look at the different uses and practice. We'll go around the class and actually practice making sentences using simple present verb tense. Basically a beginner's class, so beginner to intermediate. So let's get started. Let me first start by quickly saying hello to everyone. Hello, Tran. Welcome.
Okay.
Hi, Tran. How are
Hello.
you? Where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Vietnam. Okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. Welcome to the class. Welcome back, Suna. Hello, Suna.
Hi, teacher.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you today? Okay. I'd also like to welcome Julia. Hello. Hi, Julia. Julia, is your microphone working? Julia. Okay, Julia, give me a shout out because you are going to be participating and practicing sentences later. So I need to know that your microphone is working. So if you get everything working, please say hello so I know you're in. Joanne, hello.
Hi,
Welcome back.
teacher.
Okay, welcome back to class. Hello. Nice to see you
Thanks.
again.
Yeah.
And welcome, Hyro. Hello, hello.
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. How have you been?
Thanks.
Okay. Hello, Ludi.
Hi, Oakley.
Hey,
Hi,
how are you?
Tayo.
Hi,
I'm
Lodi.
great. Hi, Ludi. Nice to see you again, and always good to see Raphael as well. Hey there, buddy. Hi, Raphael.
Hello, teacher.
Hello. What's going on with your mic?
Listen to me.
It's really loud.
Oh, I guess my Wi-Fi is a little,
Oh, that's better. I don't
a
know.
little bit of bad sign. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Now it's okay. I don't know. Maybe you were just too close to the mic. Whatever. No, it's okay now, Raphael. No problem. All right, let's get started, folks. I'm going to do a screen share with you, and we're going to learn about this simple present tense and when and where to use it. So here we go. All right. First of all, simple present tense is formed by adding s or sometimes es to the main verb in the third person or just the verb by itself. If it's not in the third person, of course, he, okay, looking at the example, you speak English, just the verb. Third person would be, for example, he speaks English, she speaks English, or very strangely, it speaks English. I guess if you're talking about a robot or a talking dog. Okay. All right, so that's the third person. Basically, you're talking about he, she, it. In first person, I speak English, or in the plural, they speak English, we speak English. No need for the S. All right, so very simple. You speak English. In the question form in English, as we always do, in the question form, the subject of the sentence, the person doing the action, will follow an auxiliary or helper verb. In this case, do is used to help the verb, the main verb, speak. This verb speak is called the main verb. All right, and finally, in the negative, you do not speak English. Okay, the negative not precedes the main verb. Actually, it always, in some cases with more complicated verb tenses where you may have 2 or 3, possibly even 4 auxiliaries, in the case of, for example, passive, past perfect continuous, very complicated. You may have many auxiliary or helper verbs. The not will follow the first auxiliary in the sequence. So, in this case, you do not speak English. Of course, in natural English speaking, we would most likely say this as you don't speak English. We would use the reduced form, or what's called a contraction. You don't speak English. Would be much more natural, actually, in real speaking. All right, let's talk about the uses and practice them. Use number 1, repeated actions. Notice the present tense here in this little diagram here. The blue X represents something that we do or somebody else does over and over and over again. Notice that this action was in the past. It is now in the present. It doesn't have to be happening right at the moment, but this repeated action has happened in the past, and notice the blue X is in the future. It's probably likely to be an action which will continue to be repeated in the future. So it is repeated or usual. For example, things like habit. He smokes 10 cigarettes a day. All right, well, that's a habit. A hobby. He plays baseball every Saturday. Okay. A daily event. I work every day. A scheduled event. Okay, a scheduled event obviously is a little different. We'll actually look at that more carefully a little later. Or just any old something that often happens. Birds fly by my house. All right, well, they do. I expect they will in the future. In a more negative way, can be also used to talk about something that someone does not do or possibly even forgets. Okay, let's look at a bunch of examples here, and then we're going to use those examples to make our own sentences. I play tennis. Great. Negative. She doesn't play tennis. Notice I'm using the contracted form. Much more natural. Question form, does he play tennis? Okay. All right, here we have an example of a scheduled event. Okay, and this is very often in the case of things like public transportation. Good example here, the train leaves every morning at 8 a.m. All right, this is a regular repeated action that happens every day at the same time. It is scheduled. Often you will see present simple used to describe transportation schedules. Great. Negatively, the train does not leave at 9 a.m. Fine. Okay, or doesn't leave. When, notice, when does the train usually leave? Here we have a question form with an interrogative, big fat word, but it just means those W words like who, what, where, when, why. That's called an interrogative, but okay. When precedes the main verb here. When does the train usually leave? And notice next example, kind of a negative. She always forgets her purse. Notice use of the adverb always. And in the next sentence, never. He never forgets his wallet. Also notice, of course, we have third person with she and he in these two sentences, so we add the S. That is called subject-verb agreement. It's very important in English, very important in speaking, but really important in writing as well. Every 12 months, the Earth circles the sun. Well, let's hope so. Okay, kind of a scheduled event, scheduled by God. I don't know. Does the sun circle the Earth? All right. Well, there you go. There's a whole bunch of different examples. Now let's have you guys try it. All right. Using the examples, just form me up a sentence using a present simple tense verb. Tran. Tran, are you there? Okay, we'll come back to you. Suna.
Yes.
Hi, Suna. Ready
Okay.
to give it a try? Go ahead and form me up a present simple tense sentence.
Simple.
Okay, talking about, all right, a repeated action. Tell me about something you do often. What do you do for fun, Suna? What is something you do often? She disappears from Verbling Hangouts often. So Suna opted to demonstrate instead of saying a sentence. Terrific. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Raphael, you want to give it a shot here?
Yeah. I drive all the mornings.
Okay. I drive all the
Every
mornings.
day.
Okay, that's okay. Your use of the simple present is correct. Present simple, whatever. By the way, sometimes we say simple present, sometimes present simple. I don't know why, but it really makes no difference. Okay, Raphael, I drive all the mornings. You should probably change that slightly to I drive every morning. All right?
Okay.
All right, that's a little better.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Ludi,
Yeah.
what is something you do repeatedly?
Okay. I take my violin class at night.
Okay, very good. All right, a repeated action. Maybe it doesn't happen all times of the day or all times of the day. Ludi does this activity at night, but it repeats in the past and hopefully, we all hope, in the future. Very good, Ludi. Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent job. All right, Julia, are you mic'd up? Julia, can you speak? I mean, I'm sure you can speak, but does your microphone work? Okay. All right, Julia, if you get it working, give me a shout. Joanne, your turn. What is something
My-
you do repeatedly?
I travel in subway every day.
I travel in, okay, in subway every day. All right. Good use of the verb tense. Perfect. However, change it a little bit. I travel in the subway every day. All right. This is a little bit of a strange thing, Joanne. We have to assume that you know exactly which specific subway you're going to. All right? So, for sort of institutional places, library, post office, train station, especially, you know exactly which one. It is one. You probably go to the same subway every day because you're going to work, whatever. So it's the subway. I go to the post office every Monday, for example. I often go to the library after school. I have to pick up my grandfather at the train station. Right? I'm going to use the article the, because the speaker knows exactly which one he's going to. All right? But good use of the verb. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay. Jairo,
Yes.
tell us about yourself. What is something you do a lot over and
I
over?
work very hard every day.
Of course you do. I was waiting for somebody to say that. Somebody had to. All right. Thanks, Jairo. You the man. Good job. All right. Tran, are you there now?
Yes.
Okay. Tran, can you give, what is something you do, what's an action you do over and over and over again?
I usually wake up at 7 a.m.
I usually
Wake up.
wake,
Wake up at 7 a.m.
there you go. Okay. I usually wake up at 7 a.m. Of course, obviously, the adverb usually is definitely, it definitely goes with the present simple tense. All right. Anytime you talk about something you usually do, well, then that is exactly the reason that you use present simple tense for repeated action. So, good job. Notice also one other small thing. Tran used a phrasal verb. Wake up. Okay, that's great. Just a quick note, phrasal verbs work just like ordinary verbs when it comes to verb tenses. So nothing special there. Tran did that correctly. Suna disappeared again. Okay, that's past tense. Suna disappeared again. Suna often disappears. Oh, okay, that's present simple tense.
She's shy.
She's shy. She just wants to demonstrate. She wants me to. Okay, Suna disappeared. Oh, that's present. That's past simple, because she already did it, and that happened already. Suna often disappears. All right, that's present simple. Actually, Suna's my secret assistant today. You guys didn't know. I don't think she knows either, but she's secretly assisting me in the class. Ooh, yeah, okay. Use number 2, facts or generalizations. Now, as all verb tenses do, and many sentence constructions like conditionals, facts are much like beauty in the eye of the beholder. It is what the speaker thinks is a fact or is generally true. All right? Keep in mind, some speakers may be crazy, so their facts may be wrong. But again, from the speaker's point of view, we use present simple tense to talk about facts or generalizations. All right, so the speaker believes the fact was true, as indicated by this blue line, is true and will be true in the future. Okay. Or also this usage to really talk about generalizations about people. We're going to use present simple, for example, to talk about stereotypes about people. Okay, some examples. Cats like milk. Okay, terrific. Good for cats. Birds do not like milk. Or birds don't like milk. Okay. Do pigs like milk? I don't know. Okay. The simple verb to be with is and are. California is in America. Okay, California and Arizona are in America. All right, often we see the simple verb to be to talk about facts or generalizations. California isn't, notice contracted form, California isn't in the UK. Windows are made of glass. Well, yes, they are. Windows aren't made of wood. All right, well, pretty basic facts here. New York is a small city. Oh, sure, right. Okay. This would mean that the speaker's kind of a nitwit, a knucklehead. And they don't understand that New York is rather large. Okay, let's try this one. Talking about facts. Maybe we'll try this a couple ways. One time with facts, one time with generalizations. Ludi, tell me a fact. Something you know as a fact. Yeah.
For example, Oakley is a good teacher.
Oh, that's a fact? Woohoo! All right. That is awesome. Nice one. Well, that is the best sentence I've heard so far. Okay. Very good. Julia, can you talk up? Can you speak? Julia? No. All right. I'm going to try every time. Joanne.
An example is the Mexico is beside United States.
Yes. Yes, indeed it is. Very good. Excellent. Sure. Jairo, give me a fact.
Men like very much beer.
Okay. Well, that is definitely a fact. Men like very much beer. You have a quantifier much with an adverb. You should put that first. So, men like very much beer. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Oh, okay, I'm confusing myself. Men like beer very much. Okay. Would be, all right, meaning they like beer. Okay. Which is true. Now, wait a second. The way you said it, men like very much beer, that would mean that men like a lot of beer, which may also be true. But be careful, because it changes the meaning. It does change the meaning. Okay. Oh, that was a fun one. Tran, can you tell me a fact?
Yes. I stick is very hot.
One more time?
X6 is a very hot.
Can you slow it down? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. One word at a time. Are you typing it? Okay. Tran, did you type it somewhere or something? Okay, you're using the Hangout. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay. The Arctic is very hot. Okay. Tran, are you giving me an example of a fact that's wrong? Okay, I see what you're doing. Tran is giving me he said the Arctic is very hot. I can't even say that. You have to say the Arctic. Okay, you absolutely need to use the. The Arctic is very hot. Well, it's getting hotter. That's true. So, okay, even though his statement we may disagree with his fact, it is still correct as far as the verb tense, and as long as you have the, it is correct as far as sentence structure. All right, let's try something else. Same usage, all right, the long line here, but let's try generalization. Specifically, let's talk about stereotypes. Tell me a stereotype about where you live. What other people in other countries think about where you live. For example, as an American, I'll give you an example. All Americans eat hamburgers. Yeah, but of course that's true. All Americans eat hamburgers. Eat is in the present simple. Okay, let's have Joanne. Why don't you go first this time?
All Mexicans eat tortillas.
Okay, very good. But is it true, Joanne? That's the question. Is it true? Okay, Jairo, tell us a stereotype about your country.
Colombians like typical food.
Colombians like what foods?
Anything ajiaco or bandeja paisa.
Okay. I don't know. Well, a stereotype. I don't know. What kinds of foods do Colombians like? Spicy foods?
His name is ajiaco. It's very typical on my country.
Okay. All right. So, all right. Colombians like ajero. I know that was ajero. Okay. I'll try. I'm trying, Jairo.
Homework.
Homework. Thanks a lot. Okay. Be merciful. Okay. Tran, tell me a stereotype about Vietnam or Vietnamese. What do many people think about Vietnamese? Tran? Tran, don't be shy.
Hello? Hi?
Hi.
Yes, Vietnam is a very motorbike.
Vietnam is a very what?
Motorbike.
Oh, okay. Right. All right. Vietnam has many motorbikes. Yeah, okay. Which is a stereotype, it's true, isn't it? It is true. I know it's true. Okay, Vietnam has many motorbikes. Okay.
Yes.
All right, very good. Ludi, what is a
Yeah.
stereotype about your country?
Oh, for example, Colombians are very smart and happy people.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
Yes, Jairo's agreeing. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Terrific. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Very good. And you use the verb to be. Colombians are very smart and happy people. Okay. Terrific. Good job, everyone. Let's move on to use number 3. Scheduled events in the near future. Okay. Now this is a little different. Occasionally, speakers will use simple present to talk about a scheduled event in the near future. All right, this is a little odd because, of course, you would think that there are other possibilities, for example, using simple future. All right. Okay, the World Cup will be played in Brazil. Well, that's That's will be played. That is actually a passive simple future. All right. You might use present continuous tense to talk about these events, but it is possible to use simple present. Well, I think it's best to look at examples. Now, earlier, I told you that it's often common to use present simple to talk about transportation schedules. Well, here we go. The train leaves tonight at 6 p.m. Okay. Earlier, we looked at using present simple to talk about the fact that it was a regular over and over and over event. Here, we're talking about it really to talk about the future, a future event. The train leaves tonight at 6 p.m. Can I say the train will leave tonight at 6 p.m.? Of course. Yes, I can use simple future. Can I say the train is leaving tonight at 6 p.m. present continuous? Yes, I can, actually. And that sort of means that it's a plan. Okay? But I can also, you will also often hear present simple. Okay, so a scheduled event, usually it's in the near future. And very often it has to do with transportation. Negatively, the bus doesn't arrive at 11 a.m., comma, it arrives at 11 p.m. All right, the bus arrives. Okay, same thing, really, there. When do we board the plane? A question about a future scheduled event. Excuse me. Of course, I could say, when will we board the plane, or when are we boarding the plane? All of those would be correct, okay? The party starts at 8 o'clock. All right. When does class begin tomorrow? Okay. So there you go. Talking about a future scheduled event. Okay. Using these examples, let's try it again. Let's try making a sentence to talk about a future scheduled event. Again, I remind you, it's usually something that's that's going to happen in the near future, or a lot of times it has to do with transportation. Jairo, why don't you try it first this time?
Maybe I take the Oakley's class tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Here's the other thing, which I didn't say. Okay. Notice in these examples, at 6, at 11, at 8, other than the question forms, when they're asking what time. Jairo, what?
It's more exactly.
Yeah. So if you're saying I take Oakley's class tomorrow, you would probably use future tense. I will take Oakley's class tomorrow, or I am going to take Oakley's class tomorrow would be much more natural. However, if you give it an exact time, usually we're going to use present simple with a specific time. All right.
Okay.
All right.
At 9 o'clock.
I take Oakley's class tomorrow at 9 o'clock. All right. So that is a very natural way to do it. Yeah, that sounds much better. Notice even in our examples here, the question forms, what they're asking is what specific time. When do we board the plane? 9:15. When does class begin tomorrow? 8:30. Okay, they're asking for the specific time. So so there you go. It's much more natural to use present simple when you have information about a specific time. Tran, you want to try this?
Yes. We'll cook, start at 2 days.
Okay. One more time.
When cook start as today.
We
When cook.
we cook.
Yes.
Okay. We cook something. Spatzel? I don't know. Are you right? Typing it again? Okay. Hang on. Oh. What? World Cup? Okay. Tran, I hear you fighting your keyboard, but... Okay. Ah! Okay, I got you. All right, I see it now. All right. Okay. The World Cup starts at 2 today. Okay. Okay. The World Cup starts at 2 today. Okay, that all right, very good. Great. Tran, are you going to watch the World Cup? Notice I'm talking about the future, and I said, Tran, are you going to watch the World Cup? Why? I'm using present continuous because I'm asking Tran if that's his plan. Tran, are you going to watch the World Cup on TV?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Great. All right. I will too, I'm sure. Okay, Ludi.
Yeah.
Want to give it a try talking about scheduled in the future event.
Okay. The Berlin class finished at 10 p.m.
Okay. Verbling class finishes at 10 p.m.
Finishes. Yes, because
Yeah.
it's third person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's third
Thank you.
person. The Verbling class is like it. Right. Verbling class finishes at 10 p.m. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay. Julia, can you speak yet? No. Okay. I'm so sad, Julia. Okay, Joanne. Joanne,
Yes.
give it a try here.
My example is Oakley sleep in 20 minutes.
No. Okay. Oakley is... Okay, say the whole thing again. What did you say? Let me get it right. Joanne, could you say the whole thing again?
Again? Okay.
Please.
Oakley sleeps in 1 hour.
Oakley sleeps in 1 hour. Okay, probably you would use an infinitive there, to sleep. Oakley goes to sleep in 1 hour. Now that would be perfectly natural. All right.
Okay.
My kids go to bed in 1 hour. Okay, that's very, very natural. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We don't have to have an o'clock a.m. p.m. 1 hour or in 3 hours. Yeah, Ludi, I'm not going to bed in 1 hour, contrary to Joanne's opinion, because right now it is 10:45 a.m. It's morning time here. I won't be going to bed, Joanne. I might be going to lunch, though. That's for sure. Okay. All right, let's continue. More useful information. All right. Obviously, okay, present simple, believe it or not, we used to talk about now, something happening now. However, usually if we really want to talk about now, we're going to use a present continuous tense. I am teaching class. You are learning about present simple tense. All right. I'm talking about things that are happening right at this very, very second. Okay. Now, the simple present is used to express that an action is happening or is not happening negatively. Now, because of the fact that in English we have some verbs which are known as non-continuous verbs. They cannot be used with the ing ending. They cannot be used in continuous tenses, past, present, or future, continuous tenses. As well, we have something called mixed verbs. These verbs, sometimes you can and sometimes you can't. Usually it depends on which meaning of the verb you are using at the current time. Okay, so non-continuous verb, for example, verbs that express abstract ideas like love, hate, like. Technically speaking, grammatically, by the rules of grammar, I cannot say I am loving you. All right? Technically speaking. Right now, I loved you 5 minutes ago. I will love you 5 minutes in the future, as outlined by this little diagram here. So I cannot say I am loving you. I just have to say I love you. Yeah, I am using present simple tense because love is a non-continuous verb. I will be loving you. I was loving you. Those are actually not grammatically correct. So I have to say I love you. Isn't that nice? Okay. Here's some other examples. I am here now. You would never say I am being here now. Sounds crazy. She is here now. She isn't here now. All right. She is not being here now. All right. Makes no sense at all. So the verb to be itself is called a mixed verb. Sometimes being, he is being crazy. Okay. All right. In that case, I can use it. I'm using present continuous. He is being crazy. Sometimes I can use it in a continuous form. Sometimes I can't. All right. Really? Ludi, what a crazy thing. What a crazy message. An opera soup? Do you mean a soap opera? Opera soup. Ludi?
In Colombia is novela.
Really?
A TV program about I don't know in Mexico is very popular the opera soup. Novelas.
Okay. Well,
Novelas in Spanish.
Okay, in English we call a soap opera. Soap, like you take a shower, you wash your body with soap. Soup is what you eat with a spoon in a bowl. Soup opera, I don't know what that is. That's crazy.
But you write this the same form.
What's that? We write it like this. I'll put it in the Hangout chat box. Soap opera, like that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's funny. I'm imagining, you know, an opera soup. I don't know, maybe drowning in the soup.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay.
Un automobile.
Wow, Jairo has a voice.
Idol Colombia.
Nice. Okay. Very good. Okay. All right. So some more examples. Needs. We can't say needing. All right. This is a non-continuous verb. He is needing help right now. Doesn't really work. He needs help. Has and have are also a mixed verb. I am having problems. That's fine. I am having a new car. No, not so good. I have a new car. All right. So please be aware of that. The default for making sentences with non-continuous or mixed verbs is to just use the simple tense. Okay. All right. Well, this little piece of knowledge is okay for what it's worth. There's a lot more to be said here. Adverbs, it's safe to put them in front of the verb. Fine. Always, only, never, ever, etc. That's okay, but there's a lot more to learn about that. Adverbs can be placed in different places in sentences, at the ends of a sentence. You speak English only. It's possible. However, only you speak English. If I put only in the front of the sentence, of course, it changes the meaning entirely. Very similar to what Hiram and I talked about with men like much beer and men like beer very much, or men like very much beer. It totally changes the meaning where I move that adverb around. So you do have to be careful. Okay. Now, last but not least, let's try doing a passive. All verb tense forms. Present simple, continuous, perfect forms, perfect continuous forms, blah, blah, blah. There are so many verb tenses in English. They all have active and passive forms. The more complex forms, however, like past, perfect, continuous, you are extremely rarely going to see passive forms. A passive past perfect continuous tense is a rare thing indeed. It gets very complicated. You need 4 or 5 different auxiliary or helper verbs. Going to be very rare. On the other hand, present simple tense, yes, passive is very, very common. The form is like this: once a week, Tom cleans the car. This is an active sentence. Tom is the subject. He does the action. Cleans is the action, the verb. The car is the object of the verb. The object noun, it is the thing which has the action done to it. Well, there you go. Very simple. Most sentences in English are active. Passive form, however, once a week, the car is cleaned by Tom. All right. In actuality, if I want to get rid of this prepositional phrase, by Tom, I can. In a passive sentence, I don't really care who did the action, as in Tom cleans the car. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. It does not. It is a correct sentence. In this case, the car, even though the action happens to the car is considered to be now it is the subject. Noun. The car is cleaned. Notice the form, the verb to be. Always you need the verb to be in all passives. The car is cleaned, and notice we have the past participle form. So, okay, let's say fly, flew, flown, the verb to fly. The airplane is flown by a pilot. There you go. So flown. It's the actual past participle form of the verb. Not past tense. This is the past participle. Okay, so I don't actually need this by Tom in a passive form. It is probably more common to see passive tenses in writing than to hear them in speaking. And in general, we use passive forms because we don't care. It doesn't matter who does the action, or possibly it's totally obvious and it's almost redundant to talk about who did the action because it's completely obvious. We often use it to describe procedures and sequence events when it doesn't matter who did it, like talking about how a factory produces pencils. We don't care. The wood is dropped into the machine. The graphite is inserted by another machine. All right. What machine? Who cares? It's a machine. So, or to describe to someone a process. Okay. Anyway, there you go. Enough about that. Let's practice a little bit. Tran, can you give me a passive present simple sentence?
The tree.
Okay.
The tree is cut by me.
The tea is
Cut.
caught.
Yes.
The tea? Okay. The tea is. I'm not sure what verb you're using, but tea you drink?
Tree.
Yeah. Okay. Tree.
Yes.
Oh, I got you. The tree is cut by me. Okay. Okay. Grammatically correct. Strange to imagine. Okay. I'll let that go. I think it would be much more likely you would hear that in a past tense because it's not like a regular thing. You know, present simple would be a regular thing unless, Tran, you're regularly cutting down the same tree. That's a little odd. All right. Well, Ludi, can you give us an example of passive?
Excuse me, Oakley. I have a question.
Sure.
In the last adverb placement, the adverb placement going to before the verb always.
Okay. I'm sorry.
For
One more time.
The adverb placement going to before the verb. Always going to be before the verb.
In the future simple. That's
yes, in the
going
last
to.
example.
I'm going to clean the car, like that.
No,
All right.
in
I'm
the
confused.
last examples. For example, do you only speak English? The words always, only.
Oh, adverbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That words going to before the verb.
Those verbs are always going to be before the verb. No, I'm sorry if I confused you. It shows the placement for grammar adverbs. Usually this is where you want to put it. It is what I was trying to state to you. It is possible to move this around, but it changes the meaning.
Okay.
All right, you know.
Okay.
If I want to say, for example, only you speak English.
Okay.
That sentence makes sense, but it is completely different.
Okay.
All right, the meaning has totally changed. You, it is possible to have it here. The tricky thing about adverbs is it is always correct, okay, to place the adverb in front of the verb. Sometimes the tricky thing is that sometimes it is incorrect to place it anywhere else, and as well it can be confusing because it can change meaning completely. I mean, a lot change the meaning of the sentence.
Okay.
Okay.
Now my example. Jairo sleeps every day at the work.
Sleeps. Okay, that's an active sentence. Jairo sleeps every day at work.
Yeah.
It would have to be Jairo is asleep. Okay, that would be passive. Jairo
In
is
this
asleep.
moment, Jairo is asleep.
Is sleeping. Now you got present continuous. All right.
Sleep in past.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Okay. If you want passive present simple, you would have to use is asleep.
I am dreaming with Lord.
Okay. All right. Wow, we're almost out of time. Joanne, you want to try a passive form?
A passive form,
Yeah, like this example.
wherever I want.
Sure, why not?
The video was posted on
Okay.
Facebook by Alex.
All right. That is obviously passive, but it's obviously past simple. Was posted. All right. Okay. So you're using past simple tense with a passive. All right. The present simple you would have with passive would have to be an action that's repeated over and over and over again. Something that's very common. Something that happens over and over again to something. My television is turned on every day, for example. Jairo, you want to try one? A passive, present
Passive?
simple? Yeah.
The students are taught by Oakley.
Okay. The students are taught. Again, the past participle. Teach, taught, taught. Okay.
Okay. Touch.
The students are taught. Now that is every day. Okay, because that's a regular action. There we go. That is passive present simple. Okay. I have to go because I'm already very late and I have another class coming right up. So I will go, but I'll be back here in Verbling in just a minute or two. Thank you very much, everyone.